Hi, my name is Mark Russell. I'm a sales and leasing consultant at DARCARS, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep in Silver Spring, Maryland. Today I'd like to take the opportunity to talk to you about the new Jeep Renegade. The new Jeep Renegade basically comes in 4 different trim levels, has 2 different engine options, has 2 different transmission options. As we go through the cars, I'll kind of talk to you about each one of those. Just give it a few minutes here, let me get started and show you the different ones we have. So to begin with, I'd like to show you what's under the hood. This incorporates the iconic Jeep design of the 7-vent grille. This basically represents the 7 continents of the world. Jeeps have been on all 7 continents, one of the very few vehicles that can make that claim. So I'm going to go inside and open the hood. In this particular model, this is a 6-liter manual. This is the 1.4-liter multi-air turbo, which is exclusive to the manual transmission in the Jeep Renegade. The other engine is a 2.4-liter multi-air that's coupled with a 9-speed automatic transmission. You can see one of the things that Jeep has done, all the service points are always out on the periphery of the engine to make them very easy to reach. And unlike the old cars in life, the fuse boxes are right up in the front so that you can have very easy access without having to reach over a hot engine if you have a fuse that blows out. Battery, long life battery, makes it very easy to get in, and if you ever have to jump start another person's car, your terminals are very easily accessible. Now that we've seen the power plant under the hood, I want to show you some of the features on the driver's side. To begin with, once you're at the latitude trim levels or above, you do have the integrated roof rack system. So if you have bikes or canoes or something else that's too big to carry inside the car, there's a variety of rooftop carriers that you can purchase aftermarket and couple right into the roof rail system that we have. The Jeep mirrors are also fold away, so if you do have a narrow garage, you can make a little extra space by folding the mirrors in. Inside in the driver's, on the passenger side compartment, you'll notice that they've put several places for storage containers and storage bins all throughout the car. The glove box, again, is very deep and spacious. You can see the user's guide and owner manuals take up just a small fraction of the room inside. Of course, you've got your venting system for your air conditioning and heating. You do have an adjustable seat on this side, which will slide back and forth in the tracks. And also you can adjust the tilt back as well for the passenger side. In the rear compartment, one of the really nice features is the second row fold flat seats. It's a 60/40 folding bench, and you can very easily come and grab the handle at the top, and you can choose whether to do it as a 2-passenger variant in the rear compartment with extra space from the back to the front, or you can fold both down and almost double the cargo capacity. A really nice feature is the fuel system in this car. It's actually a capless vent system, so you don't have to worry. One of the major causes of a check engine light is an improperly tightened fuel cap. This car eliminates the need for a fuel cap entirely by putting a metal throat inside. So here we are at the back of the Jeep Renegade. You can see it has deep tinted windows. You can also see the iconic X pattern that they bring to the Renegade models. Again, this is a latitude trim level. It does come with the backup camera right here. Inside the car we'll see this again. There's a very simple liftgate system here. In the upper trim levels you can get the power liftgate as well. This is a storage system here that you can basically have 2 different ways. There's a deep storage well underneath, but you do have the option of pulling this whole assembly forward and sliding it back in, so you kind of have a split storage assembly where you can put lighter items on top and have access to the deep well on the bottom. And again, the liftgate is made to be very easy to close, very minimal pressure needed, and it basically secures and locks by itself. So here we are on the driver's side of the Renegade. One of the things you should take note of is how wide the doors open, almost to a full 90 degrees to make it easier to exit and enter the car. Here on the driver's side, you can see this is like most of our Jeeps with a 6-way adjustable seat, all manual at this trim level. There are power seat options available at the upper trim levels. As I get in, you'll see I can adjust the seat in height by cranking on this side crank here, or I can lower it down by pushing the opposite direction. Again, I've got the normal slide back and forth, and I can adjust the tilt back so that I can get the perfect driver position inside the car. Inside the car itself, you'll see the various different systems that we have. The steering wheel here has audio controls mounted. This does have the Uconnect 5.0, which is a Bluetooth capable system. So I have my phone, my Bluetooth phone answer and hang up buttons. I also have my voice recognition button. This button allows me to talk to the car, allows me to do several things like tune the radio, or in some trim levels I can voice navigate with it. I can set the temperature of the driver or passenger seats. Basically a lot of the commands that I would normally have to touch the radio, I can push this button and verbally speak them and the car will recognize it. You'll see over here I've got my adjustable mirror switch. There's a little toggle I move to each side. I have express auto up and down windows, so they're one touch, they'll go up and down. You'll see in my headlights, on almost all of my different cars, I have 4 positions of off, parking, headlamps, and auto. In auto, there's actually a little sensor ball right here at the window that will sense the ambient lighting conditions and will turn my lights on automatically when the sensor deems that it's dark enough that headlamps are needed. Pause for a second. Again, this car is a 6-speed manual transmission. You can see here that I have the shift lever. I'm actually going to put it into first gear. I'm going to go ahead and start the car. A couple of things I'd like you to take notice of is not only do I have a tachometer and the speedometer, but in between I have what we call the driver's information display. Right now it's showing you that both of my doors are open, but you can see there's a number of settings that I can get to. In the front of the yoke, there's basically a toggle switch that allows me to change those displays. So it's going to tell me my audio. The messages is very important. Certain messages for the car, like its oil change due, will actually come on this display right here when the car thinks you need to change the oil. You can see I can change the screen setup. Right now I have the temperature and the trip odometer displayed on the front screen. I actually can go in and change by pressing the OK button and telling it which kinds of displays. I can put information on there like distance till empty, miles per gallon. So any of that kind of information I find useful, I can customize on this display. This is the settings. I need the vehicle to be parked in order to get in here and basically customize the way the headlamps work, the way the door locks work, all kinds of individual customization that I can do to suit my basic driving needs. Aside from being able to put the digital speedometer in the center screen, one of my favorite displays of all is actually the vehicle information display that shows the dynamic tire pressure monitoring system. With this car, I never have a need to get out with the tire pressure gauge and check individual tire pressures. This car will actually tell me, using a transducer in each tire, what the pressure is at all time. If I ever have a low pressure and the orange light comes on like in most cars, this display will actually come on and fill the tire in red and will flash the actual PSI to let me know that tire needs attention. Okay. This car actually comes equipped with what we call the Uconnect 5.0 system. It is an AM, FM, and Sirius XM satellite radio capable radio. I do have a media center available as well. There are several devices. You can see down here I have both an aux plug and a USB cord that I can add into on the media switch itself. I do have hands-free phone. I don't have a phone connected right now. It is extremely simple to pair most Droid and Apple devices to this car. You basically just tell it yes, start the pairing procedure on your phone. It exchanges a PIN code back and forth. It'll basically hook up your device, it'll download the phone book, and you'll be ready to go hands-free. You have the ability to have a compass displayed in the center compartment as well. If I have navigation in the cars like some trim levels do, this entire area right here will actually be an 8.4-inch touchscreen display. The more button just gives me the ability, again, the outside temperature, my radio displays. It allows me to get in and set some of the general settings for the car, like my engine off options, my doors and locks, how my lights are going to work. So like I have a headlight off delay that I can set. I even have a headlamp sensitivity that I can set to give it the sensitivity to that little dynamic ball in the middle there when the lights are going to turn on. I have the ability for daytime running lights. I do have cornering lights available in this latitudes and above, where the fog lamps will actually, as I'm going around corners, will illuminate and turn so I can see what's coming up around the corner before I actually reach it. This car is really nice. This has a package where I have heated seats and a heated steering wheel. So even though these are cloth seats, they are heated, and there's actually 2-zone heating and cooling. And again, the heated steering wheel actually heats all 360 degrees around the steering wheel. Pretty much a basic climate control system where I have my air conditioning and heating, my ventilating positions. And then the real core of every Jeep, this is actually a 4-wheel drive version. This has a single speed power transfer unit, but you can see I have different selectable modes. Auto basically is a rear axle disconnect, and this car, anytime it senses slippage at wheels in auto, will apply power to the wheels that it detects have traction. Then I have modes for snow, sand, and mud. Basically adjusts the shift points in the engine, tells the car which gear to start in, tells it whether or not electronic stability control should be on or off on the car as well. My electronic stability control I can actually manually turn off at this switch right here. Really nice feature on this also is I have an electronic parking brake. So I don't have a foot pedal taking up floor space, but at my electronic parking brake, all I do is pull it up to set it, push it down to, with my foot on the brake, push it down to release it. But this also has what they call safe hold technology. If I'm in gear and I open the doors on the car, it's going to apply the parking brake automatically to keep me from being able to get out of a vehicle that's going to move. So in summary, I'd just like to show the Jeep Renegade actually comes in 9 different colors. Here's kind of a representation of what we have here. There's the Commando green, there's the tan or the sand color, and this is actually Colorado red. So there are 6 other colors that they come in: black, white, there's a Baja yellow, there's a blue color as well. So pretty much any color for those of us who are young at heart and really want to express our individuality, this is a great vehicle to do it in.